Trisha Lander Galley, coming at you from the great state of Washington, here in Linwood. Just a quick update. Had a meeting with Officer Burke, and I forget the social services young lady's name. But at first I was going to just forego recording of it. And then as we got further in depth into the conversation, I started to feel discomfort. Because, you know, I'm not blaming anybody for being in any particular camp. Especially in all of this polarized take on it all. It's kind of like, at this point, I'm not looking a gifted horse in the mouth. At this point, if you have enough humanity to come talk to me about my disposition during the light of day, instead of 11 o'clock at night, 3 o'clock in the morning when there's no more light of day, I'm not going to ask you if your police department or your overseers have subjective objective protocol for the gang stalking. I'm just going to let up on that because, again, I'm not going to look gifted horse in the mouth. But because in this particular situation, it's more than evident that Linwood Police Department is under scrutiny in the spirit. So, you know what? I've been waiting on people for so long. I gave up on them. Hashtag true story. And I'm not talking to my YouTube subscribers. I should be more specific here. People of ethics within law enforcement, within the judicial, within CIA, FBI, DEA, CSI, and whoever else. That's what I'm talking about. These are your people who signed up for altruism, for humanity. The truth of the matter of fact is, I feel, now I'm going to say this with a lot of respect. I don't know what's going on because all I have is the ethers. Quite frankly, if I didn't have the ethers, I can see how somebody would have easily slipped and opted out. I'm not in that mind, but I'm more like a undercover psychologist. Because all of this fascinates me. I dissect. I people analyze. You know? That's what I do. But, the notion of preserving life over bureaucracies, it's been lost upon me. For all of the racists out there, I have more entitlement to this land than all of you put together. I vowed to myself, whenever I'd gone through New Mexico, over there in Arizona, seeing the tribe out there without even electricity or running water, in the middle of all of this globalization, first world country, I see how the government was really oppressing them over there. You know, I talk. And I, stop in at one of the souvenir shops. I try to figure out, every time I go, I always put a feeler out to see if this is, commie world. Nazi land. Because, I'm like, well, what about the Indians? Don't they know better? Honestly, not at the casino, in my opinion. That's complete blasphemy and sacrilege to all of the Indians, especially the ones in the Oregon Trail of Tears. What's up with that? You know? But it's these people. I'd always thought if they had wind of my story or even some evidence that this nightmare would come to an end. And anything that was ever taken me from me secondary to all of this, I look at it like it's just put on pause. And the greater purpose of it is to serve me. And when God recycles it back into my life, it'll be beyond tenfold, so whatever. But I worked through all of my hatred, because when I realized that ethical people of altruistic agencies just weren't going to come, I had to work through that. I hated them. I told them so. See, I mean, like you know, in my trenches here, I have a whole Vietnam in here for reals, because I'm being bugged 9 ways from Sunday. But not all by the same people. There's many others that you have their own vested interest in my carcass, not my life, my carcass. And I know they're always listening. Along the way, I've had my suspicion, logistics, suspicion of index, logistics, and then common sense, and then, if you're lucky, validation. Oh, I've had my validation more than a couple times. And I'm not giving up those tells right now. When I'm out of the trenches, perhaps. But I'm just I went through that and worked it out in 48 hours. That was my dark night of the soul. And so I talked to these lovelies, because they're not just the assholes, they're also the white hats that I pretend is there. Do a lot of pretending. And I've been manifesting that my storage would come back to me by today. The rest of my life gone. And a shout out to the feds, if you're out there, who's left me hanging like a worm on a rusted fish hook. I said I had proof about city ambulance. Maybe I just didn't say city ambulance outright, because I said I had proof about this malarkey. Somebody come talk to me. I'll tell you about it. And if you don't, fuck you, I don't care. Well, I want to disclose that today. Because as city ambulance, we are being run in the ground so hard. I've already stated the political rebuttal for alleged misuse of state funds that were supposed to help the staffing for the EMS personnel during COVID being misallocated into hotels. So what happened was, a lot of us were backdated on the reports, and then leave with the reports or the paperwork, and then try to do the reports during the shift. But the truth of the matter fact is, it was a catch-22, because you were always trying to catch up on your sleep, The rest being run into the ground and such. Now remember, the word in the grapevine was Muhammad Mo wouldn't hire dispatchers that actually had state certifications. If you did, of course, you go in there thinking it's a good thing, but he's like, whoa, nope, not you. And there was a lot of favoritism, a lot of bribing going on. And David had a colleague bite the big one 20 minutes away from his house when they drive from Houston to San Antonio. But it was my allegation that should really look into that person to see if there are any life insurance policies. I don't know if people know, because it's just common sense, But my disclosure is, my open reports, when I finally figured out that there was a template for employers participating in the systematic decline of extrinsic factors that play into a person, such as, your livelihood, I stopped going to work over there anymore. But what happened was they took me out of the schedule without even telling me. And I even reported to Dan Gardner what Russell Noble accused me of, which was stealing narcotics. Well, Versed in particular. I have nothing to hide here. You guys did it. And I did record it. But ironically, that S card got stolen from me. So while I recorded the conversation, I did not have a backup. But that recording, that's out there somewhere. That is out there somewhere. But whatever. I figured if God needed me to have it, I would still have it. So I had to mourn the loss of that. I had to choose my battles and not let that eat me up, because I'm like, how can I take care of myself? How can I take care of myself? How can I provide evidence? I just stopped, because I'm like, if God wants me to do it, it'll come up somehow, but I was not going to make myself crazy about it. But in my storage, I have a backpack of documents of the patients that I had open reports on. I didn't just want to throw it away anywhere, because that was personal information. I wasn't going to risk somebody like that. But what I really wanted to do was just burn it. So it'd be like, okay, no one's at risk, and I don't have the paperwork anymore. But then, because I did a lot of soul searching with that, then I also realized, well, wait a minute here. Wait a minute. This could be the objective evidence that Mo, committed fraud by posting out my reports when they were my reports, instead of calling me back in to finish them. I'd have done that. Would have been a good chance for me to tell him that his subordinate was accusing me of stealing Versed after the fact. Nobody called me in. Nobody called to tell me I've been taken off the fucking schedule. Surprise, surprise. And nobody had called me, contacted me. I mean, these assholes can find me on the drop of a nanosecond. Less width of a pubic hair, they'd be like right there. They can find me, because these assholes are always fucking gaslighting me everywhere I am. So that paperwork is the objective proof of fraud, because he would have been better off doing one of two things: call me in to finish him, and I would have, or just take the loss and delete it from the database. You have to understand, Bo was already accused of cutting the brake lines in another fucking ambulance company. And his wife was used as a name for a GPS tracker found on that particular unit, that ambulance. Okay, whether that's true It's case history because it's already gone through a court of law. And I submit to you, I've been heavily gang stalked while I was there. While I was working at the Texas Renaissance. So that paperwork has now been auctioned off from my storage today that I lost. So, there you go. Find out whoever fucking bought that. Get the paperwork from them. And see what Mo did on those reports with those names. I didn't know what to do with it. Did a lot of soul searching, like I said. And had somebody approach me. I've been a bit happy to be like, good Lord, this is what happened. What do you suggest? But then, nobody wanted to even come to me about the poison food that homeless ministry gave to me. I could taste it. I don't know where to take it. I'm being heavily targeted by the stupid little militia FEMA created. Yeah, of course, to have them pole position for authority when martial law is called, which is the preamp to the fucking concentration camps they already have built lying in wait. I submit to you that these FEMA empty prison camps they have, prison camps, is your fucking concentration camps lying in wait, bitches. I mean, it's not a hard sell. I'm telling you guys that this Auschwitz of the gang stalking is your wireless, fenceless, touchless Auschwitz 2.0. Even gave the ideology leading up to it, and then targetedjustice.com has nicely filled out the grid pieces for everybody to learn the nuts and bolts. And the big reason why mystics and seers are getting heavily targeted is because they spilled the truth on it. Spilled the tea. Tea means truth. I was always like, what's tea? What's tea mean? I'm like, oh, it's truth. So, Mermaid of Mesopotamia dropped a truth bomb earlier this week that now whoever is the government is trying to build a wall around, I don't know where this electric wall is supposed to go. But again, that's not to keep people out. That's to keep us fuckers in. Oh my God, it's like the Berlin Wall is being resurrected here in the United States. There's plans for it. So, anybody ethical minded in the position of authority, you guys got some fucking explaining to do. Y'all got some dismantling to do. God forbid you guys still allow FEMA to fucking call the shots, let alone Infraguard and Citizen Corps not be dismantled yet. I mean, because that's treason. Unless you're about the treason. Well, that makes sense. But if you're not about this treason, you guys got some catch-up to do. Like, really big and bad, you know? But, today, my storage, the rest of my stuff has gone away. So, you know what? If there's ethical judges out there that had any wind of what's happening to me, let alone to actually maybe have some money out there, maybe, because logistics, motherfucker, it's all up in the ethers. The Regali family suckered a bunch of dumbasses into giving up what's mine, which is inheritance donation and a house. So, but really, it was divine bait. I see that. God fucking tempted these assholes, and they fucking all took it hook, line, and sinker, because that's what God does. Because everybody had enough rope to hang themselves. These fuckers hang themselves. Nobody has come to bridge the ambiguity of living with any truth. How's that not torture? That's stonewalling. So, my saga continues. If you are an organ trafficker, harvester, human trafficker. Y'all gotta get your shit together. And if you guys happen to be suckered into participating in the gang stalking, need to get straight, make amends. Well, it's too late for my fucking storage. It'd be cool if you tip my tip jar. If not, it's no big deal. But I'm looking at you guys because it's you who railroaded me here. And it's because of you all. I've lost everything I've owned. Now, except for what I have around me. I've had to grieve that. Had hopes that I could manifest it back to me. Because, I meant to do a video and just do a hawk out for it. But honestly, I'm tired of that. And I don't want my subscribers to get out like, oh, look, she's asking for help again. I mean, I don't blame that either. But as it is, I feel as though I'm being obedient to God because you have not because you ask not. And I know He's put it on my heart, but, in the last, nobody's been in a position to donate to me. What? I don't know how many weeks, except for my daughter, and I appreciate that. And, I appreciate times others had, and I can't keep asking. So I never made a video on it. And I'm just holding all of the people who knew about it accountable for it. I'm calling judgment extra heavy on those people who knew about it, never made it a special case to come help me out. Because I know I'm your nobody. I know you all think you can take advantage of a woman by yourself. Which is why I was supposed to be an easy mark. And, I just gave up on you all, really, for the most part. Although I do know there's some collaborative components of the universe out there. And I don't know what's in the hearts of man. So I try to hold my tongue. But for everybody, feds, white hats, scrolling through my phone on the regular, because the gang stalkers, makes sense. They blow up my phone with hacking it. So you know what's going on with my life. You know about my situation with the storage. God, don't tell me you guys sat on your hands and just watched me lose the last bit of my stuff without intervening. Even on a personal note. Because I'm looking at you hot and heavy. I'll find out. I will find out. And I've already told you all. Vietnam. My prescription for you. Because I will submit to the earth how everybody treated me. Did you guys just idly look by? Watch these assholes come in and out of my vehicle on the regular? It's kind of like you guys gave them a free pass to experiment on me, while preserving your pole position for a goddamn snuff film. So, my life continues in the absence of truth, in the absence of restoration of rights, liberties. And my constitutionality rights have been exploited and ignored 9 ways from Sunday. So for everybody that has the tea on that, all of the evidence, thank you. And what's taking so long? But honestly, I was hoping something would have happened by today. Yesterday. Because that's when my storage was due. And now it went to auction today. I have nothing else. Nothing else. So, if I'm out here forever and a day, whatever. That was my big hope. And I'm looking at you, Judicial. If your name is on the docket with my name on it, I hope you're an upright person. Because I got some morality questions. I have some ethical questions. And I'm going to be finding out who helped and who hindered, and who just stood there and watched it all that could have done something. Judicial, law enforcement, etc. But I'm gonna go walk to this Dollar Tree, see about some power steering fluid. I have some sincere reservations because the last time I was running, I was seeing spurts come out of the engine compartment. So I'm soul searching whether or not I put the power steering in it at all to try to limp along to another place. It'd be pretty greedy of me not to risk my safety, but to risk somebody else's too. So I might still be inert here. And as far as I'm concerned, and for guard, citizen car, you have priority to come take care of this. Because you know, you are railroading the world with your national terrorist organization. How long are you gonna ride that shadow without looking stupid as fuck? Anyways, thanks to everybody coming in to watch, listen, check up on me. Everything always works out for me. I'm a very well-kept woman of the universe, cosmos, and galaxy. And I pray everything that ever happens to me serves a higher purpose. And that we all learn so we can all elevate. And hopefully we all learn how to plug our avatars into the authentic gold, stay away from pyrite, so we can all learn to evolve and manifest. But I hear it's darkest before the dawn breaks. It's pretty dark. You know, if I allowed it to myself, losing the rest of my stuff, it's cool. It just wasn't my whatever. But I know God will elevate me. And when he does, it's going to be so incredible. There's no way to refute it. But ability to tell the truth and what's happening to me, because it can happen to everybody. And I'm sure it has happened to a lot of people who didn't speak up about it because they opted out with seppuku. Anyways, thank you for everybody. Still not reading the comments right now because I'm still sensitive. And that's just the way God made me. And so I try to, suck it up once in a while. But the last time that few got to my goalie, that hurt. Because I have a heart. All of you government grubbers, you obviously need to work on your heart. Anyways, thank you for everybody. Bye-bye for now.